Hello, RMIS 4th grade orchestra. I'm talking hopefully to just the violins, the violas, and the cellos right now. Okay? Violin, viola, cellos. This is your video, the second week of NTI. I'm going to try to post these every Wednesday, middle of the week, and give you until next Wednesday to complete the assignments. So if you remember last week, we were on page 10, and we worked on our fingers, cello, or for violin, viola. Worked on our fingers and our note names. So we're over on the A string, and we started number 23, which was let's read D. This is high D. There he is. 3 fingers, that's 4 for cellos on the A string, but 3 for violin and viola. Okay, and then if number 24, C sharp, was 2 for violins, violas, 3 for cellos. And our last one was number 28, let's read B, which was 1 for everybody. I think we got to that one. I hope we got to that one. And if not, well, we'll end up doing it in this video too. So what I want to start right now is right on number 23. Let's review. We know this rhythm. We're playing high D. Note where it is written on your staff. Violas, cellos, it's actually above the staff. Violins, it's almost on the top of the top line. It's the line right below the top line, right? Here we go. High D, 3 fingers for violin, viola, 4 for everyone else. There we go. 23. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and ready and lift set set toe, lift set set toe. Okay. If you need to pause. If you're ready to move on, let's move on. Okay, number 24, this is let's read C sharp. So this is 2 fingers for violins, violas. Okay, red, white, red, white. 3 for cellos, red space, white. And remember cellos, the big thing here, I want you to always make sure that you're aware, you're conscious, you're thinking of your left hand. You don't want to squeeze. See how my fingers are really straight out? Well, look at my thumb. My thumb should be bent, okay? And when you bend your thumb, your hand will naturally come in. We want that curve, okay? So here we go. This is C sharp, number 24. Okay. 24. 1, 2, ready, and lift set set toe. Lift set set toe. How'd you do? If you need to review, go ahead and review. If not, we're going to move to 25, which is takeoff. So if we just peruse through the line real quick, we just do like kind of like if you're speed reading, we see there's only 2 notes involved, and that's D and C sharp. So 3 and 2 for violin, viola, pinky, 4 fingers for cello, or 3. 4 and 3, right? Violins, 3 and 2, cello, violins and violas, 3 and 2, cellos, 4 and 3. Here we go. Take off. Same rhythm, notes are changing. 1 and 2 and ready, 25 and lose a finger, C sharp. Gotta add it back. Down to and now I want to break that last measure down. D, C sharp, D. Really important they're in tune. Here we go. Ready? Last measure. Go ahead and get your finger set. High D's. Ready? Good. Alright, now, the next song we're going to go over is Caribbean Island or Caribbean Island. Okay, depending on, how you want to say it. Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean, I don't know. That's above my pay grade. It's funny, I'm wearing all this Disney stuff. That's what made me think of it. All right, so Caribbean Island, or Caribbean Island. That first measure looks awfully familiar. Take your eyes to the third measure of takeoff. So you had the first measure, 3/4 notes and a rest, and the second measure, 3/4 notes and a rest. D, D, C sharp, C sharp. Didn't we already play that? We did. We did that in takeoff, right? Third measure of takeoff. So here is the first measure of Caribbean Island. Just the first measure. Let's review that. D, D, C sharp, C sharp. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Now I'm going to explain the next part, and I want you to listen very carefully, and please follow along with your eyes. So, if you're looking in your music and you're on the second measure, you see a D, and then another D, but it's written really low. Remember what that interval was called from last week? Starts with an O. Octave. Octave. So we're going to jump an octave. That's why we want to make sure it's really in tune. Okay? And what I want to do first is we're going to break this down. So I want to play 2 high Ds, and then I want to walk you through what you need to do to play that open D. So we're going from high D on the A string, 2 of those, and then an open D. Here we go. 2 high Ds first. Okay. 1, 2, 2 high Ds, and. Now, I'm going to ask you to pause. Now, not pause the video, but pause your arms. Do it one more time. Ready, and. So we have to move to an open D. Okay? What I want you to do is think about what body part moves the bow to a different string. Hint, it's your elbow. Now, violins, violas, we're going to raise our elbow, right? But if I'm a cello, if I'm playing on my A string, I'm going to have to, with a violin bow hold apparently, I'm going to have to drop my elbow to come back. Okay? Now, when I say drop my elbow, I mean pull towards your back. Don't drop your elbow. You don't want to do this. Okay? Same for violin. When we raise an elbow, it's not this. You're going to always want to try to keep your forearm and your fingers in a straight line. Okay? That's really important. So, here we go. We're going to try high D, open D. 1, 2, ready, second measure. One more time. Ready? High D, open D. Now, here's where it gets tricky. You'll notice underneath your measure, you might be going, Mr. Stowers, what are you doing? Well, we're going to talk about it right now. Underneath your second measure, you have a bracket. And this bracket is there to let you know that you can leave your fingers down. You don't have to lift your fingers off the A string to play an open D. What do I mean? Well, look, I'm going to do something very extreme. If I put my first finger on E right here, and then I played my E string, ooh, it's really high. But if I'm going to play open D, you'll notice my finger's still down on the E string, nothing happens, right? Changing notes. What if I do it on the A string? Well, no, because I'm not pressing anything down on the D string, right? So what that's telling you is if you look, we're going to look ahead a little bit. In your second measure, you have high D, octave, rest. The start of your third measure, you're going to have high D again. You don't have to move your left hand to do that. So watch. I'm going to try to scooch around a little bit. Okay. Get in as close as I can so you can see my fingers. 2, second measure, watch please, and I didn't move my left hand off. I didn't go. I don't have to, because these fingers on this string don't affect this string. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope that does. I'm trying to think of a good analogy here, but I just don't have one. Sorry, tickle in my throat. Okay. So, here we go. This is the second measure. And I want to play it all the way through a couple times. We'll do it twice. And then we're going to play the second measure into the third measure. Because you'll notice that third measure looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? You're correct. It's the same as the first. You've already played almost 3/4 of the song. Kind of crazy, huh? Here we go. Second measure, playing through twice. 1 and 2 and ready and play and lift and. So when we lift, set, settle, you don't want to lift, set, settle back to D string. You're going to go on the first note of the third measure is high D. So you want to lift here. It's kind of weird, right? Watch. Don't play this time. Just watch. When I lift, I have to drop my elbow violins or cellos that I have to raise it so I can get up to D on the A string. That's the next note. So this is what I want to do. I want to play 5 notes. Okay, we're going to start the second measure. We're going to play high D, open D, lift, set, settle, high D. Practice that, getting used to that. It's going to be a little weird for a while. You might double stop or play 2 strings at once. We just kind of have to get, it becomes muscle memory, okay? It's like, we talk about this all the time. When we write, we don't go, okay, I'm going to hold my, I'm going to figure out, there's my, and my pinky, oh, I don't know what to do. No, you just grab a pencil and blah, 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 right? Blah, blah, blah. Same thing with this. This becomes muscle memory. It's like tying your shoes. You can probably talk and tie your shoes now. I hope so. You're in 4th grade. Ooh. All right, here we go. 5 notes starting in the second measure. High D, open D, lift, set, settle, high D. So when you lift, set, settle to the A string. Here we go. Check your notes. Ready? 1 and 2, second measure, high D, and high D, open D, lift, set, settle. Yeah, we're going to do that 2 more times. Ready? And high D, open D, lift, set, settle. Now you'll notice, even I did it, I didn't get there in time, so, okay, that's a different type of bowing, one that we don't talk about until middle school. But we don't want this bounce right now. Okay? You might even want to try doing that. Just bowing a high D. And you'll notice the first time I double stopped. Oops. Not supposed to do that. It's because my elbow was too high. Violins, violas, cellos, that would have meant that my elbow was still too high. Or halfway in between, right? Okay, here we go. Whew. I'd like to play the first 3 measures. So if you need to catch up on something, if you still feel a little lost, go through it. Here we go. Beginning, playing the first measure, the second measure, and the third, starting on high D. 1, 2, ready. High D. Leave your fingers down. Leave your fingers down. Ooh. 4th measure. If you need to pause and go back through those first 3 measures, do it a bunch. That's fine. Just make sure that your lift, set, settling on the 3rd measure onto the A string because it's a high D. I know that's a lot of information. Make sure that after you play your open D, you lift here and you're back up to here. Don't lift and set here. Don't want my elbow this high. I want my elbow this high. Okay? Remember, we have a little cat. Some of you know this, some of you don't. We have a little cat. And a cat that lives on a rib cage. And we have a little door. Okay? And on our D string, the door, whoa, and the cat can come out. Okay? Probably get his head out. G string, which we haven't talked about, our elbow's much higher. So the cat gets way out. D string, he could probably, or she, don't assume it's gender, can just stick its head out real quick and put it back in if it needs to. Now, when we're playing on the A string, remember that space, he can probably swipe out with his paw. Probably couldn't get his head out. And if we're ever on the E string, which we won't be for a long time, that door is shut. We don't want that door shut right now. Okay, so we're going to start in the fourth measure of Caribbean Island. Jump from high D to open D to high D. Make sure to leave your fingers down. That's a lot of elbow work. So if you want to elbow through this first time, go ahead. I'm going to try to sit in a way that you can see my elbow and bow. Hi, Sapphire. Hi, honey. Sorry, my cat's here. You might hear her talk. I know this is not a part of the lesson. And she hates to be picked up. But come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh. She's been listening. Okay. Yeah, I know. You hate it. Okay. She'll let you love on you all day, but she don't want to be picked up. Okay, here we go. Last measure of Caribbean Island. Sorry for that. Ready? High D, open D, high D. 1, 2, ready, and. So if we break that down, I got to push up bow and raise my elbow. And then to play high D again, I've got to drop my elbow. And of course, cellos, that's backwards for you. You're actually going to go high D, drop it, open D, high D. It's a very weird rotation that we've not really worked on. Okay, if you need to pause, break down, go for it. If not, we're going to start from the very beginning and play it all the way through. There is a repeat, but that's okay. You can practice that. Here we go. Very beginning. And that's all for this week. Here we go. Last little bit. 1, 2, ready, beginning. Jump. Lift, set, settle to A. Jump. And that is Caribbean Island. Ladies and gentlemen, violins, violas, cellos. Guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please email Remind101, tweet. I don't have Twitter. Sorry. Please no Facebook messages. Instagram. I have one for the orchestra. Okay. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm available. I can do my best to help out remotely as much as I can. It's so important that you're washing your hands and you're taking care of yourself. And if you have younger siblings, help them out. Help your parents out. Okay, I know it's not what you want to hear, but you really should. All right, that's all for this week. Focus on Caribbean Island. That will be a part of our final concert. That, and then if you want to get adventurous and look at Olympic high jump, go ahead and look at Olympic high jump. That's on the top of page 11. Same notes. That's good. Okay, guys. I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. I hope everything's going well. See ya.